What's going on, everyone? My name is Jason.
Hey friends, it's Desiree Josen.
Because they usually go all out for maintenance.
I loved it. And stop and be like, this is amazing.
I just think this is awesome for the both of them.
Hey, what's cracking, everybody? WWE Hall of Famer, The Godfather, and I want you to watch the number one, that's right, the number one podcast, Chutes and Ladders. See you there. Hey.
Here are your hosts, Jason and Desiree.
Chutes and Ladders Spotlight. Chelsea Green. What's going on, everyone? My name is Jason.
Hi friends, it's Desiree Josen.
From her early days on the independent scene to TNA, Lucha Underground, and her first run in WWE, getting released, making a return, completely reinventing her character, and now becoming a WWE champion, Chelsea Green's journey has been anything but ordinary. We're going to shine the spotlight on her today. Des, what are your initial thoughts?
Well, look at our little golden girl, and you know what? She is the talk of the town. She is the talk of the business, and there is no one else more deserving than this spotlight. We absolutely love her. We are her biggest cheerleaders, and I love her so much. I think that's pretty obvious.
Absolutely. It was so cool that you got to meet her. She's on fire right now. I love the storyline that she's in. But let's talk about her early wrestling career. Before Chelsea Green put in the work, she wrestled in the independent scene and eventually made her way through promotions including TNA, Impact Wrestling, and Lucha Underground. Des, what do you think those early experiences gave Chelsea, and how did it help her career?
I think it molded her into the crazy girl that she is. It's her work ethic. That's one thing I can say is she's a yes girl, and she will do anything, even if it's for 30 seconds, if it's going to potentially physically hurt her. Anything that she can do to put herself out there, she does. So she started out in the Indies in Canada, 2014. She was trained by Lance Storm, so that tells you a lot about her agility, her entertainment, the performance. She's just best all around. And she was in TNA, she was in Stardom, Lucha Underground. That tells you she was trained and was exposed to different aspects of wrestling. And I think you can see it today, where she clearly just hits the mark on everything.
Yeah, 100%. And during her first run, she arrived in WWE in 2018, but her first run did not go as planned. She dealt with injuries, limited opportunities, and eventually was released in 2021. Do you think WWE just didn't know what they had in Chelsea Green during her first run?
Yeah. I think that happens to a lot of them, unfortunately. But with Chelsea, if you go back and watch a lot of it, it's like she was thrown into just different matches. And plus, she had a history of injury. She had a wrist injury multiple times that she was working off of. And then COVID hit, budgets, and that long list of releases that they had in 2021. So you knew if you weren't a top player, you were most likely on the chopping block. So I feel like she was in limbo a lot of times, where she was there, but was she? So she just didn't have the visibility like some of the other stars during that time. So unfortunately, she was one of those to go. But I think that is one of the best things that's ever happened to her.
That was actually going to be my next question. Was that the best thing that never happened to her?
Yeah, 100%. I think it may have put a fire in her ass, and also in WWE's, just to put her to the side to be like, oh, she's just probably, she's been doing it for 10 years. I think maybe she'll go do something else. Maybe she'll be better off in another promotion. And look what happens. She is with Matt Cardona, who is the king of the indies. They do mixed tags. I think she showed up in, what was it, in 2022, 2023, she just showed up in multiple promotions like Ring of Honor, Impact, everything. And that was the one thing that they were praising her is every weekend she was booked for something, regardless of how small and big it was. And WWE kept their eyes out on her and said, we have to have you back.
Yeah, 100%. Now let's talk about the return. She comes back She returns to WWE, and this time it's completely different. She's more confident, more established, and most importantly, she had figured out exactly who Chelsea Green was. Des, what changed the most between her first and second run?
She was herself. I think they gave her that creative freedom to be like, hey, you're going to come back. We saw what you can do, but really show us. And I think that's what happened is her confidence grew in her character and in the ring and was like, I'm given a second chance. I don't know if I can have another chance after this. I've got to prove it. So, I mean, bless her, going into the Royal Rumble 2023 with her surprise return. And I'm going to be honest, I was like, oh, she's back. And then she comes in, gets eliminated within 5 seconds by Rhea. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? That's really unforgettable, really, because when you think of her immediately just getting knocked out, but that turned her into that gimmick, that Karen gimmick where she complained about everything. Then it ended up turning into this comedic relief, and you couldn't keep your eyes off of her. So it's definitely worked.
Yeah, and was this version of Chelsea Green always there, or did she completely reinvent herself?
I think it's always been there. Granted, she's been other characters before, like, what was she? Laurel Van Ness and Reclusa. I just feel like she's been this crazy wild girl. You can tell when you see her in interviews, and when you do meet her in person, she is just larger than life, and this is just on crack. And I love it, and I think that's what we love about her is she's not afraid to be goofy and look funny on TV, even though she's a knockout and stunning and so good at what she does. I think she just embraces who she is.
All right, and now let's talk a little bit more about her character evolution, and this might be the biggest part of Chelsea Green's evolution. She went from being someone the WWE was still trying to figure out to becoming one of the most recognizable characters on the roster. The facial expressions, the complaining, the confidence, the ridiculous situations, the Karen energy, the ability to make almost anything entertaining. Des, what makes Chelsea's character so effective?
She's kind of relatable. She the reason why is she goes by the hot mess, and there are times where you just want to say crazy things that come to your mind, and she actually does it, and she's just so off the wall, and I love her so much just because I'm like, I love a funny girl. I think that is the most attractive thing, and she just works so hard. And the fact in the very beginning when she returned, I was like, I was very on edge with her coming back, saying she's not going to last very long, and the fact that she kept showing up for 5 seconds, 30 seconds, her face was everywhere, and just she made me laugh, and I was like, I fell in love with her, and I can't get enough of her now, and I want her to absolutely succeed and be the best thing ever, because I know that's what she is. I absolutely adore her.
All right, let's stay on that topic. What's the funniest thing Chelsea Green has done?
It's really her facial expressions. I think that's the funniest thing about her is like she'll take a fall and make the goofiest faces and just sells so well for other people. It's the dumpster match that she had where she was dressed up very similar to Mick Foley, and her just being thrown in there covered in trash and just making these funny ass faces. I love it.
All right, now let's talk about the underdog. Here's something that I think is just most interesting about Chelsea. Even though she acts like she's the most important person in the room, there's actually an underdog story. She was released, she came back, she rebuilt herself, she found her character, and eventually she reached the top. Des, do you think the underdog element makes Chelsea Green more relatable to fans?
Yes, because it's a true story. A lot of us feel that way sometimes, or we've been in those kind of situations where someone says you're not good enough, even though you're really trying your hardest, and she truly is. She shows up, she works every week, she puts her body on the line, she puts other people over, she's everywhere, and she is really a really good person. She has really great fan experiences, and the fact that on Unreal, when Michael Hayes goes, she's not one of our top girls, she's the one that creates those people. Oh, that put a fire in me as a fan, because I was like, that is one of the most humiliating things that you could say, and we know that's 100% untrue. So you know that had to hurt, and so the fact that she's in the position that she is right now, with fans just rooting for her, the validation, she is so worthy of everything.
Yeah, and is Chelsea Green secretly one of WWE's best examples of perseverance?
Yes, 100%. Yes, I mean, it's clearly in the past couple of years, you can see her starting from the very beginning to look at the pop that she got on SmackDown. It was unbelievable. The pop that she got at SummerSlam when she won. I can't imagine what she's going to be like in the next couple of years.
Now, that was my next topic of conversation, because now we get to SummerSlam. Chelsea Green winning at SummerSlam after everything she went through, the indie scene, TNA, Lucha Underground, her first WWE run, her release, her return, the character evolution. She finally reached the mountaintop. Des, where does SummerSlam's victory rank among Chelsea Green's career?
I think it's one of her maybe top 3. I mean, she's always wanted to be a world champion, and that's what she is. And it was at one of the biggest PLEs for WWE. And the fact that it was a multi-starred match card with Charlotte Flair and all of these big names, where they could have easily put it on somebody else like that, but instead they let her tease us and then climb to the top of the ladder in front of thousands of people holding that gold, which is what this picture is here. Luckily I was there to see it, jumping up and down, and I think this was, if not her top 2, this was her biggest accomplishment.
Yeah, and listen, let's take a step back. Chelsea Green's story is bigger than just winning a championship. She represents something that I think is more important than wrestling. Sometimes the first opportunity doesn't work out. Sometimes you get injured. Sometimes you get released. Sometimes people don't see your potential. But that doesn't mean the story's over. Chelsea came back and created a version of herself that WWE couldn't ignore. When Chelsea Green's career's over, what do you think her legacy will be?
It's going to be the power of being yourself and reinvention, and just saying yes to yourself. And I think that when other people were saying no, she was like, it's going to be me. It's me. It's always been me. So I just love like her bite that she has. She is just absolutely just herself, which I love. So that's what it is. It's just figuring it out and just building the confidence and just doing it.
All right, and do you think Chelsea Green has already cemented herself as one of the most memorable WWE characters of her generation?
I think so. I think we're just at the beginning of it, where we are just honing exactly who this character is. But the fact that she's got quite some accomplishments for the past couple of years under her belt, her title belt, that she's got so much more. But yes, she is definitely unforgettable.
Love it. And now we're going to enter the lightning round, 7 questions of fast count. We're going to call this a Chelsea Chase. Are you ready, Des?
Okay.
All right. First question. Best Chelsea Green gimmick?
The one that she's in now. I love it. She is just a shooting star.
Okay. Funniest Chelsea Green moment?
I said it. It's when she gets thrown into the dumpster.
Best Chelsea Green match?
It's not a WWE match, and I watch it over and over because it's so good. It's the intergender match that she had with Penta in 2018 for the Lucha Underground.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Most underrated part of Chelsea's career?
Her ability to put other people over. I feel like her ring skills, that just shows a lot. When she can make other people look good, that means she's that damn good.
All right. Better Chelsea Green, first WWE run or return?
Oh, come on. It's her second run.
Who would you love to see Chelsea feud with?
I've thought about this, and it's not someone in WWE. I want to see my two crazy girls go at it. I want to see Chelsea versus Toni Storm.
That'd be fire. What is one thing Chelsea Green does better than almost anyone else on the WWE roster?
She knows how to make the most of every second that she's on TV. If it's 5 seconds or an hour, you cannot keep your eyes off of that girl.
Love it. All right, now let's roll over to final thoughts. All right, Des. If you had to explain Chelsea Green's entire career in 3 words, what would they be?
Underdog, confidence, and perseverance.
Love it. All right, and Des, what are your overall final thoughts of Chelsea?
I absolutely love her. And the fact that I met her a couple of weeks ago and she made me feel so special in those couple of minutes just makes you understand how wonderful of a person she is in real life and on screen. I am forever a fan and absolutely will cheer her on every single time I see her on TV. That is my girl and one of the loves of my life. I love her.
Aw, that's amazing. All right, and that actually wraps up this episode. What are your thoughts on Chelsea Green? Please shoot us a DM at the Shoots and Ladders.
And like always, like, share, and subscribe on YouTube and Spotify.
All right, once again, my name is Jason.
I'm Desiree Josen.
All right, until next time, have a blessed day and a blessed week.
Have a great week. Bye, friends.
This was another episode of the Shoots and Ladders podcast.